Welcome to The Trend. I'm Rebecca Granet. He is a world-class dancer who has won multiple championships, including 2 Mirror Ball trophies on Dancing with the Stars. And that is just scratching the surface. His new book is out now. It's a memoir. It's called I'll Never Change My Name. And Val, I have to ask you just one question to get us started here. Have you ever thought about changing your name?
First of all, what an intro. That was awesome.
You earned it. Come on, you're so decorated.
Thank you so much. Have I ever? Yeah, I mean, I thought about it. I thought about the prospect of it. I mean, it was a quick thought, and obviously I would have never gone through with it. But, you know, moving to LA and kind of finding myself now in front of millions of people, you know, you just become a lot more conscious of things that you never were conscious before. You know, all of a sudden, I have an accent. Believe it or not, growing up in New York, like, I never felt like my accent was any different, you know. It's black, white, Russian, Italian, Asian, like everyone sounds Italian in New York City, you know. So it's like until LA, and then I started feeling, you know, a little more pressure. And then Chmerkovskiy is the same thing, you know. It's like a last name that is obviously very foreign sounding, but you know, in the context of the book and what I end up talking about a little bit is it'll never sound less foreign, but it doesn't make me, you know, less American or less patriotic or less grateful to have grown up in this country and you know, be considered an American.
So tell us your full name, right? Because it's
Valentin Chmerkovskiy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think there's
it's a
lot,
mouthful.
right?
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of weight that name carries. And I think when you read this book, one of the things that you learn without giving away too much is that amongst all the different titles that you may have, some of the ones that you hold most dear to yourself or that you're most proud of are son, uncle, and probably, I would say, brother.
Yeah.
And that last name sort of signifies that in a
way.
way.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's a representation of my family, my heritage, you know, all of that. I'm really proud of my name.
Yeah.
You know, it's natural for us to, you know, it doesn't matter even if I had the thought. The point is that it's already too late for me to change it. It's, you know, I was thinking maybe Val Smith or like Val Johnson.
Jones.
Val Jones. Val Jones actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Chmerkovskiy, it is what it is, and you know, I don't dwell on the challenges that come with having such a complex name. It's more about, you know, pointing out that we all have our differences and we all come from different backgrounds, but, you know, I think we could celebrate each other's differences rather than, you know, have that separate us.
So let's dive into it a little bit. Let's first talk about how it feels now. I mean, I'm sure this was a long process to, you know, a great undertaking. So what is it like to be on the other side of this now, having written the book and having the stories out there for everybody to read?
It's exciting. I mean, it's exciting. First of all, I'm really grateful that people, you know, spend their hard-earned dollar on writing, you know, on my writing and, you know, my storytelling. So I'm really grateful for that and people's time, you know. But having said that, I'm really excited. You know, I'm excited to see how it's received and it's like it's my first book. I'm a huge fan of literature. I grew up, you know, following the Russian poets and writers, and you know, literature has always been in the forefront of my education and what I enjoy in doing outside of dance and violin. So for me to be part of like this exclusive, incredible club of being considered an author is like such an honor. So I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I hope people will love it. And you know, my dad read it and he loves it, and for me that's, you know, validation enough. But now I'm just excited to share it, and hopefully it'll help people.
And Max wrote the foreword for the book, right? So talk to me about the two of you and your relationship, what it's meant to grow up dancing, you know, together in a way, and and what it's meant to have him by your side through maybe some of the ups and downs that life threw at you.
Oh, it's awesome. One of the things I said in my best man speech, actually, and it's in the book, you know, I said, you know, very few people will understand our relationship, our friendship, the camaraderie that we have, the loyalty that we have for one another, because you have to live through it. And I know a lot of siblings can relate to that, but I think, you know, as an older brother, every younger brother can attest to the fact that, you know, I said that Max, bulldozed through life's heartaches and disappointments while I walked in the back enjoying the wisdom of hindsight. It's his hindsight that I learned from, based on his mistakes and his experiences. So I'm really grateful for that. And that's why part of the motivation behind this book is also to give back and say thank you for this incredible opportunity I have now because of my mentors and family and teachers and everybody that made this opportunity possible.
It shows what other people can do, right, to impact one person's lives, right?
And that's the other thing, exactly. It's like, it's always, I mean, to be honest, writing a memoir at 31 years old is kind of, it's like tiptoeing on the vanity line. Because I would hope the best years of my life are still ahead of me. But, the question why, well, why are you writing why? It was really important for me to be able to answer that every single day until now, and my answer has always been, if I could impact one other person, it would be worth it, and so I'm sure there's one person out there that'll read this book and either feel inspired or motivated or feel a little bit less alone, or at the very least just laugh a lot. Like, it's a funny read.
It is.
I don't hold back. It's honest, and it's honest in my experiences of in Hollywood and on Dancing with the Stars. So all those stories are, universally going to be accepted and hilarious to everybody. But also, it's this Brooklyn kid's kind of perspective and journey through Hollywood.
Well, to that point, was there for you maybe more of an emotional chapter to write, one that you look back on and say this was really going there or digging deep for you?
Yeah, I mean, I talk about a lot of intimate things, personal things, growing up in dance and being in such close proximity with a female my entire life, and then learning how to be a teammate with a girl. I love sports and I love the camaraderie that comes from it. But even there's such a divide. Guys play with guys, girls play with girls, and this is a sport and an activity. Because I treated ballroom dancing as a sport for a long time. This is where both boys and girls get to be teammates, and they learn how to work together, compromise together, motivate one another, bring each other up and share the glory together. And so I write a lot about, growing up next to a girl, and coming of age in all these different scenarios that I was like,
having crushes.
Yeah, crushes that aren't local crushes. They're, because of dance, I got to travel all over Europe and had crushes that came from Italy, like Italy, not Bensonhurst,
It's like, yeah.
But
so when you went on dates, you had to woo people from all over the world. I mean, that's tough for a young guy to have to do all that.
The game had to be international.
Right, international game, ladies.
No, it was awesome. I learned a lot, and it's such an unusual journey because, whoever thought ballroom dancing was going to be my path to, quote unquote success, but it's definitely been my channel of expression. Has been my voice in inspiring and motivating people, and it's been like, it created a platform for me to make an impact, and as a person who I always envy that about, famous people, quote unquote. For me, fame is a nuisance unless I use it, to do something positive. And so here I am trying to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. But tell me about, we talk a lot of times about what you're giving to your partners when you're on Dancing with the Stars and what they're learning from you as you're the mentor, the teacher. But when you look back on your many seasons, what do you think, is there one moment that stands out or one piece of advice or thing that you've learned from a partner that you say, I've taken away something from this?
I mean, I try to take away something from everybody. I try to learn all the time, and all my partners have made an impact on me. I would say the first thing, I was partnered with Kelly Monaco, my third season on Dancing with the Stars, and by the way, I had huge growing pains, and that's another thing I talk about in the show, in the book, is how terrible I was in the first couple of seasons of Dancing with the Stars. I was
terrible is a relative word,
I was so out of
Val.
context, and I was so out of context, and I think that's a big thing. And so she taught me, always know your audience, You know, you could preach what you preach, and you could, you know, because I'm always trying to change the world, and she told me, like, you got to know your audience. Sometimes people just want to laugh, or people just want to, you know, watch you dance, or people just want to get away. And so that taught me a lot about how to communicate effectively on television. But it was actually Zendaya's season when we lost that I think is one of the more memorable moments for me, because of, well, it wasn't the 2 wins, obviously those were really memorable as well, but that loss was, I really felt like I could have done better for her, and I felt like I had a winner and I let her down, you know. And so from that, kind of that motivated me to be better, and to be a better teacher and a better coach.
You felt you let her down. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But
clearly, you know, she's done well for herself. So
Yeah.
she's doing all right. But that was a big moment.
You got her to the finale.
Yeah. But, you know, as a teammate, you want to, you know, you want to see your teammates really go all the way. And that was a big moment.
Well, you're not letting us down, because I know that you're also embarking on a bit of a tour coming up.
Yes,
Right? With Max and PETA.
Yeah.
They call you guys MVP.
MVP.
That's so cute. I love that. So tell me, before we get into the 10 for 10, tell me a little bit about the tour and what it's like, really like traveling with Max.
The tour is called Confidential, and it's a follow-up to our first tour my brother and I went on to a year and a half ago now. And the first one was, you know, a biographical hour-and-a-half piece, you know, told through spoken word and dance, and it was a story about our life. And now, you know, we're following that up with, again, a reflection of our life currently. He's now married, and he has a son, and I'm an uncle, and you know, the beautiful chaos that ensues around, you know, new parenthood, and what that's like. And you know, we tell these stories through dance, and we have an incredible cast. Some of the best dancers in the world. And like I said, you know, dance doesn't just have to be, you know, self-therapeutic or self-expression. It could be storytelling that can make an impact and really tell a narrative that not just entertains, but it, you know, helps people find joy again. And so it's a 51 show tour, 49 cities around this incredible country, and it marks the 20-year anniversary that, you know, and again, I talk about it in the book, but, you know, my brother and I started dancing in these Russian restaurants in Brooklyn for like $20 a night on the weekends when I was 12 and he was 18. And so that was 20 years ago, you know, and 20 years later, yeah, April 14th, we'll be headlining Radio City Music Hall.
What a great way to celebrate that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's incredible.
And it's, you know, two Ukrainian immigrants from South Brooklyn who ballroom danced. You know, it's like if
You're like, this is crazy.
Right. I mean, if anything's possible, like, this is a testament to that. Anybody can do anything they want if they, you know, they work hard enough and they're lucky enough to have good people in their life.
It's a great lesson. Great lesson. 10 for 10 challenge.
All right,
this is the first time you've met a lot of challenges, but this is the first time you've had this one. So,
All right.
10 questions, Val. 10 seconds to answer each one. Okay? You ready?
I hope so.
I think so.
Is there like a 7-second delay here?
We'll give you one if you need
Okay.
it. We'll keep that on the down low, right?
Okay.
The toughest type of dance to choreograph for you?
A rumba.
Okay. All right. I don't know what I'm going to do with you, because all the ladies here were very, very excited that you were coming by today. So this question is for all the ladies. What is your... or just crushing. What is your ideal like date scenario? Like, what's a romantic date for you?
It's so funny. The first thing I thought of was a comedy club, but that's like
That's cute.
so terrible. Yeah, I just want to see her roasted on the first date and
Yeah.
see how she responds. If she doesn't take it too seriously, she's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. You have a birthday coming up soon, right? March 24th?
24th,
Okay.
yes.
So tell me, I'll make it easy on you, best or worst present you've ever received?
It's people that take their time to, you know, to present me with their celebration of my birth. I'm grateful regardless.
So their time.
So, yeah, their time is awesome. I would never say a gift wasn't a good gift, you know?
Yeah.
All gifts are great.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
That
Okay.
was such a PC answer.
I know, it really
I guess
was.
the worst
I'm
gift
like
I
looking
ever
at you like,
received-
all right, is he really going to go
Actually,
there with
last
this?
birthday, no. I've had some, I wouldn't say terrible gifts, just like thoughtless gifts, you know?
Thoughtless,
Yeah, I mean, you could tell when someone just gave you a thoughtless gift.
such as?
I mean,
Who
like,
isn't thinking about you?
like a mug, you know, if someone gives you
Okay.
a mug or a picture frame, you know, very little thought went into that.
Yeah, it's
Unless
like a
there's an
last
actual
minute.
picture in that picture frame.
Or re-gifting, like we don't want any of
Yeah.
that. You're like, hey, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'd definitely stop being friends with you if you got me a picture frame for my birthday.
What if it was a picture of like you and the person in it? That's thoughtful, no?
It better be a rare picture, like one picture in a million.
Okay, no picture frames for you. If you could write the title of Max's first book, dig deep for this one.
I didn't mean it.
Okay,
Didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it. Okay. Who would you? Okay, if you had a dream, like if you could pick anyone to have be your partner on Dancing with the Stars, your dream, like you're casting for yourself, who would your person be?
Taylor Swift.
Why is that?
Because I would just love to see, you know, I would love to push her and see her in these elements and really, you know, expose her in the thick of struggle. I want to see Taylor sweating and uncomfortable, insecure, and, you know, doing the cha-cha.
Inspired by Taylor Swift. I like that one.
That's
So
right.
we talked about you. We talked about you living in Brooklyn when you came to America from Ukraine. So what is your favorite thing about New York?
The people. I love the people. I love, you know, I love how eclectic the crowd is and how everyone's so different. But at the same time, you know, they have that common thread of the hustle. You know, it's like the same heartbeat, but completely different bodies. I just love New York City. I love the smell. You know, I love the trash. I love the attitude. I love, you know, I love the best things about it. I love the worst. Oh my God, I'm so proud of all things New York City.
That's right. He knows where he is too. That's why I'm okay, what's a song that
And
you...
the greater tri-state area, of course.
Right, there you go. There's your PC answer, Val. What's a song that you love to sing in the car when no one's watching?
Как часто вижу я сон, мой удивительный сон, в котором осень нам танцует вальс-постон. And it's like a Russian song that I sing.
That was
Yeah.
really good. And now everyone's watching. That was so good. That was awesome. I like that.
It's so funny because I was partnered with Lori Hernandez, who's
Sure.
Old Bridge, New Jersey. Another,
Yeah,
you know,
Jersey girl.
Exactly. Parents Puerto Rican from the Bronx, you know, so that's a cool New York connection there, and we really bonded. Like she's like my little sister, and we ended up winning the show. But that entire season, she was like, you know, I drove her from, like, she was my little sister, and I took care of her. It was awesome, and so she was in the car when I was, you know, listening to the music that I listened to, and she knows this song. She could sing in Russian a full song.
Oh my gosh. We've got to get her to like tweet that to us or so. That would be so funny.
She has a video.
I have to see it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's great. I know, I'm like, now I want to learn it 'cause I'm like, that's pretty cool. Okay, something about the like American culture that surprised you when you first came here from Ukraine. Something that was like, what? Like, this is different.
Everything.
Was there everything?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Everything. It like I said, and I'm so lucky that, you know, my first impression of America was New York City. You know, it wasn't Nebraska. No offense to Nebraska, which is an incredible representation of America as well. But it was New York City that I'm in love with, you know, and that I fell in love with, and it was such a great, you know, brutal but great awakening for me, and this, you know, a great welcome to the United States.
What's the best nickname that you and your brother have for each other?
Nicknames. I mean, in Russian, my name is Valentin, but short it's Valia. So my brother would call me Valia, and I'd call him Maxim.
Okay.
Like Max, yeah, that's it.
So you're nice to each other, that means.
Did that sound nice? I mean, I could
It
say it
sounds
in
nice.
less. We try to be nice to each other, yeah.
Okay. And then the last one.
I didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it. Now he's going to start writing. No. Okay. We had Derek Huff on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that, you know, you guys, not you two both together, but in general, you guys are competitive dancers.
Yes.
So I thought I'd throw a little challenge out to you that Derek did a wonderful job teaching me a dance. And I want to see if you can outdance him with me.
Yeah, can I out there? I'll try. Why not? I mean,
Let's see, Val. Let's put
do
it to
it.
the test. We'll see if we can put Derek to shame. So
Okay. Well, see, now we're making it personal. I want to see
you're
this
kind of
footage
tethered.
of
So
Derek.
I'm gonna have to show it to you. Well,
Are we
he
doing
like
this
dipped
mic'd
me.
up?
We are.
Did you have cordless mics with Derek?
We didn't. No.
Are you sure?
We had cords. Yeah.
So you
I
had these
promise.
restrictions.
This is the same. I had
Okay.
heels on the whole
Which
thing.
dance did he do with you?
Well, we slow danced and then he dipped me. So
Okay,
this,
slow
this
dance.
is your
So he took the easy route. He slow
Yes.
danced and then dipped. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do a
Okay.
little salsa since we're in New York City. We're gonna go quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. We did not practice this. This is just effortless
This
chemistry.
is. Oh yeah. Here we
And
go.
quick, quick, slow, beautiful. Now we're gonna step out with your right foot.
Oh, out this way.
There you go.
Okay.
You're gonna step forward. You're gonna hug me with your right hand over my shoulder, and you're gonna just surrender. There
Oh,
you go.
very good.
Beautiful.
Woo, thank you so
There you go.
much. That's great.
All
All right, Derek, there you go.
You just see me narrate that whole
That
choreography.
was very good. I can see how you've had a couple wins under your belt there. So,
10-10 wins. That's another
oh,
one.
there you go.
Ooh.
Oh, the audience liked that one.
If I would have dropped this mic if I had it. I would have done.
Boom. Val, oh my gosh, you're such a pleasure.
Thank you so
so
much.
much for hanging out with us. And of course, remind everyone, I'll never change my name. It's out now, guys. Check it out. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, audience.